Hi everyone, it's Marlene from Pastime Pieces in Blenheim, Ontario. Um, this is a floss tube about, or a YouTube video about cross stitch, wool applique, some shop news. I have a quilting and cross stitch shop. Um, I sometimes have Shelby with me, but she is doing a lot of fill-in for cross stitch projects. So I thought I'd come and at least show my face because it's been a little while. Yeah, just different things going on, I guess. I did a quilt show in Buckhorn, which is close to Peterborough. Really cute venue. They have all these little cabins, and so there's like two, three, four shops in each little cabin, and people travel around. And so it's a beautiful venue. And yeah, so that was fun. Haven't really done um, a quilt show in a long time. So I did that, helped out with the twins. Thanks for everyone that gives their good wishes for the twins. They're doing really well. They're up to 7 pounds now, even though they're almost 3 months old. But when I talked to my son yesterday, he said they just constantly are feeding, so they're always hungry. So I'm sure they'll catch up. So they're hoping to come home this weekend. This weekend's a Canadian Thanksgiving. Um, so our other daughter and four grandsons will come, and then we have a son and daughter-in-law that live around the corner with two kids, and then Michael will come with his twin girls with Megan, and then our daughter and her husband I just took them to the train station this morning. They were here for about a week. They had a wedding to go to in Grand Rapids, Michigan, so they yeah, spent some time here with us. So that was all good. So yeah, just lots of this and that. It's like, I don't know, where's the time gone by? I mean, I love fall, so I'm glad that it's fall time, but then after that comes winter and yeah. Um, I mean, if I don't have to go anywhere, I really don't mind winter because I'm probably a more indoor person than I am an outdoor person. But still the same. Yeah, it's nice to just go out without having to put a coat and mitts and boots and all that stuff on. So yeah, did some finishing and some different things. What I'm mostly working on right now is the Advent cross stitch box. So yeah, I can't wait for everybody to see them. Lots of really cool projects. Pansy Patch. It's done an exclusive, which I'm stitching away on. So that's where I haven't got a lot of progress on any of my stitching besides working on that and working on a few other little projects for the box. So yeah, so I'm getting where I think I've got most of the stuff organized into containers, and then yeah, we'll put all 24 items in a box and get them sent off to you. So if anybody's still interested, just go to my website. So I have a website, pastimepieces.com. We have a Facebook group just for cross stitchers. It's just so that everyone feels comfortable sharing their projects and stuff. So it's called Pastime Stitchers. And then you just have to answer a question of who your favorite designer is. And then, yeah, YouTube. So yeah, just go to the website and just, even if you just type in the word Advent, it'll bring you to the Advent box. I titled it Winter Wonderland. So it's not Christmas per se, it's more winter themed. So yeah, just lots of cute and fun things to do. So if you want to treat yourself to a box, or yeah, since it's like my family, they don't always know what to get you for Christmas or gifts. So this is a great yeah, gift because it's like 24 things and exciting. I know some women, they buy them for their daughters or friends and they open them together even if they don't live in the same city or town. It's kind of a fun thing to do together. So yeah, be sure to sign up for that soon because most of my orders and stuff are in for some of the supplies and different things that I need. So I will, yeah, need to know. So I will cut that off. I'll probably give it a couple more weeks, and then I'll cut that off of as far as ordering goes. So yeah, if you're interested, yeah, let me know. What else have I been doing or working on? Yeah, I did a floss tube on a whip parade. So I've finished some of those items. So yeah, I guess I'll start with that and show you some of the finishing that I've done for some of those projects. So first of all, I don't even know if I've shown some of these in my whip parade. I think actually because I had it finished, I just didn't have it fully finished. So this is one of the ones from Heart and Hand. The frills, I believe no, these are doodles. So this is the winter doodle. And it doesn't really fit in a 5x5 frame, probably because of what I've stitched it on. I believe this one is 36 count, so you can make it bigger if you do it 32 count. Yeah, I like the colors. They're nice and soft and subtle. So this was the winter of the winter doodles. So that was one finish. Some of these aren't going to be related to any season and stuff because like this is like Canada Day. So this is the Canada mug by Shannon Christine. Yeah, just cute little guy. They don't turn out very big. So this is the little guy here. So he's really super cute. She's got different ones, different themes now of little guys in a mug. So that is Canada mug. So there's that. And so I believe this is like a 4x4 frame that he fits in. I hand dyed this Ada that's at the back just to kind of get a brownie gray that would work with the reds and things because there's quite a bit of white in there, so you can't stitch them on white. You could stitch them on gray, but because the moose is kind of brownie gray, so I just kind of dyed kind of a brownie grayish. Okay, so that's Canada. This was Father, I don't know if it's too glary, Father Christmas. So I had shown these in my whip parade, and so some had suggested, yeah, to make it into a stand-up, which I will possibly do with some of the others. But when I was at the Annabella's cross-stitch retreat last January, someone had brought some different samples of different things that they had made, kind of like a brag table. So these were she made them into these little ornaments. And it's a really easy, quick finish because basically you just take two pieces, put them wrong sides together, and then just stitch a margin around it and then just fray up to that margin. So I stitched twice with a really tiny stitch around there, left a little opening in the bottom, shoved some fiber fill in it, and just put a little twine hanger there at the top, and then just stitched with my sewing machine again along the bottom. So these were two of the ones from the pattern. I just love the colors. They're just that prim blue and red. So those are two from Father Christmas, and that's from Prairie Schooler. They've got, yeah, just lots of nice Christmas designs. I love to do a Prairie Schooler. All the ones that they have for each year. It would be, yeah, neat to do. I've only done one so far, but I would like to have a collection of those at some point. This is, and I think some of these I didn't even end up showing in my wet parade because I had forgotten about them. This is Summer Keeps Pin Keep. So she's got several different ones in the series. I don't know whether she really calls it a series, but they kind of follow different themes with a bird. And I love, yeah, how this one turned out. I just love the colors, love the bird. I think I did the whole thing as called for on this one. believe it's 36 count. I did 2/2 with the threads. I prefer that more textured, chunky look. Yeah, I know it would probably be easier to do with 1/1, but I just like the concentration of color in that when I do 2/2. So yeah, yeah, I love him. Super cute. And then I just put just a little bit of braided trim. I wasn't really going to put any trim and stuff around him. I had actually made tried to make two little wool strawberries to kind of hang down here. They didn't turn out real great. It's really hard to make a very tiny, tiny strawberry, especially out of wool. I probably would have had better luck maybe doing it out of cotton. And I still may do that because I just thought it'd be cute to have a couple little hanging red strawberries off of that. But yeah, cute. So that is Summer Sweets Pin Keep, and that's by Scattered Seed Samplers. So yeah, so that's another finish that I did. I'm just going to throw these on the floor. Summer Bee by Erica Michaels. I hope to do both projects in here, but I've just done the pillow for now. So this is the Sewing Bee, Erica Michaels. So, and there's my finish there. So I did all the called for this pillow as well. And then just added a fabric bottom. And then I realized that my lace was kind of too far down. So it ended up with a little bow there to kind of balance it out again. So that's the Summer Bee by Erica Michaels. And I did outline with the black brown floss here, his wings. They just didn't show up at all. So then I thought, well, then it kind of looks like, what is it? So I just outlined the little bee wings there to make them stand out. And then the pattern comes with buttons. So it has 2 buttons, and then it has a little scissor. I don't know if you can see that little scissor charm there. So yeah, so that kind of adds some fun to the little pillow. So yeah, I want to do the strawberry to match this, and there's not a lot of stitching. Like this stitches up really, really quickly. So that was another finish, or fully finished, I should say. So those are fully finished. Another fully finished was the Honey of a Frill. This little tiny design, just thought it was super cute. So I did it on a little octagon box. So the box I just ended up getting from Walmart. It's just one of those unpainted little boxes, and because it was octagon, I thought, hey, I bet you that will fit on there. So I just traced the shape of the box and then just cut it back like a 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch. And then, yeah, it was very easy to get the corners and stuff to work good on the sticky board. And yeah, made it into a little sewing box, or a little trinket box. Painted it blue. Probably, yeah, I found on another project I did, when I just painted it and left it without kind of putting a sealer on it, just because I transport things into different times, it kind of got, yeah, where it gets kind of scratched. So I think I'll just kind of paint a little bit of a sealer on there. Yeah, but yeah, just from Walmart. So there's a place to go to get a finish as well. And then another finish, but not a fully finish, mostly because I am having a terrible time trying to find a frame to match this. This is Give Thanks. This is by Imaginating. The colors and stuff are just so rich in this. So yeah, it was fun to do. Now they do, in the pattern, do a lot of back stitching, pretty well everything, and I didn't. I just didn't think I needed it. I did the pumpkin, and I think that was pretty well it, but because I didn't think all around the basket and, you know, all those different things that it actually needed to have it. But it's, I forget what the size is, but it's a little bit awkward of a frame. I don't know how to adjust a frame to make it fit. I might run to Michael's and see if there's anything there, but otherwise, yeah, I was kind of debating. It's kind of big to just do as a flat fold stand-up easel type. So I'll probably just kind of keep my eyes out and yeah, because you can always, you know, I can always add fabric and stuff around it. So if I can get something a little bit bigger. But I love this DMC threads, Vintage Country Mocha. Just, yeah, the colors that they chose were just so rich that it's, yeah, definitely a really pretty thing. Oh yeah, I've got, yeah, just different things everywhere. I never seem to be organized. I don't know. I appreciate the some of the floss tubers that do it on a weekly or bi-weekly basis, because there's a lot to do to kind of get it organized. And yeah, I think sometimes when you watch it, you just don't realize that. So the ones that do it, you know, bi-weekly or weekly, like hats off to you, because yeah, I just tried to, I think I'm organized and then I'm not. This is Coop Parade Series Canada. So again, we're back to Canada Day. Same thing. I got this frame at a Juntiques place in Florida that's close to where we live or have a house there. And I just thought this was perfect because I don't know if you can see, but this is chicken wire. So you just kind of hang different things on here. But my piece is just a bit too small for the size. So I just want to find something that I can kind of border it here. I did black and white dot fabric back first, and then did that on sticky board with a little bit of batting. I couldn't add, you know, because I thought, oh, I'll add another, but then I don't have anything for here. So I could do a strip of fabric on sticky board and kind of make a little extra border on each side. But yeah, this is as far as I got. Again, I love this. He's really cute. It's a nice primitive Canada Day. I've kind of talked about it before. That Canada, basically our colors are red and white, and they don't do a lot of primitive things in Canada Day, not like the US where they, you know, a lot of the stuff is very primitive, which I like. So it's always fun to see something where they've kind of, yeah, did the more blended colors, dirty creams and stuff to kind of just give it that more antique-y kind of look. So that's the Coop series, and oh, it's Twin Peaks, not Imagineering, Twin Peaks Designs. Now, oh, one more thing. So this is, it's a finish, but it's not a fully finished, because I think I'll do it in a drum, but it's Blackbird Designs, Sweet Summer Come Again. So it's a little leaflet. So I've done the little flower basket there. I believe I was working on this when I was in Scotland and England. So it's on Beach Brew, 36 count Beach Brew. And I believe I did this with 2 strands. Yeah, I did this with 2 strands as well on 36 count. But oh, her stuff is just so pretty. So that's a little drum, and then there's like a little needle roll that goes with it. So I want to do the matching needle roll. So this I'll make into a, I hope to make it into a little drum or something. I haven't done a drum, but Shelby's done some and they turned out really, really nice. Oh, I wish we could have gotten a picture and I knew how to post it on here, because she made a little drum for the cross stitch retreat that she went to, and it was like beautiful. It was really, really cute. It was just a tiny little drum. She said she's going to make another one, but it was super cute. So whoever got that got an amazing exchange gift, because there's a lot of work in it, and it was gorgeous. So that was Sweet Summer Come Again. And then I wanted to come in September because my sister has hanging in her hallway 3 samplers. Um, I don't know how she knew about these because I would have nabbed them. One was from my grandmother. It's Schoolgirl samplers. So they did them in schools. My family was from the Netherlands, so my grandmother would have done it in school in the Netherlands. Then I'll show that one, and then she has her mother-in-law's, which I took too because it's pretty as well. And then my mom's sampler of just different stitches that she learned when she was in school. So I wanted to do it during Sampler September, but it just didn't happen, just with different company and different things going on. It didn't happen, but so my sister will probably want these back again at some point. So she's had them framed. So I'll show, I hope I can show these. So this is my grandmother's. Here, I'm gonna have to go, I'll go back here so you can see. So this is my grandmother. My grandmother's name is Tamina Lawis, and she did this when she was 12 years old in 1912. No, 1913. So 1913. I hope the glare is not too bad, but yeah. This one is like, it's still in, like really good condition. So I hope I'm going to take some photographs before I bring them back to her today. And I hope to just reproduce it for, just for my interest and stuff. So I just said, like, okay, when you're done with them, you can give them to me. She goes, nope, her daughter's got dibs on it. So these will never hang in my home. Boo-hoo. So that is my dad's mother. We grew up living next to her and my grandfather, and so she was a seamstress by trade. So she was like a fantastic sewer. And I think I had mentioned before, like that's, I'm sure, where some of us got our interest in doing crafts and sewing and things. So my mom said, like, yeah, like growing up, she would take just an old coat and she'd make us the cutest winter coats and stuff out of the fabric. We had the most amazing Barbie clothes of any of our friends because my grandmother made them all. And so we had some really cool little Barbie clothes, which I've got to go through. Yeah, I'm just thinking, like, who's got those? I'll have to see if my sister nabs some of those or whether I even have some. I was a huge Barbie person. I mean, I absolutely loved Barbies and did try making, clothes and stuff like that. But yeah, she was, an amazing seamstress. And so she lived next door. So if we were sewing anything and had some issues, she could, right away. Like we always had issues with sleeves. Zippers and that were never a huge deal to me, but to get that sleeve right and not hang way down here or way up here, she just could ease that sleeve in, and it worked out great. So it was definitely a huge blessing to have her next door to teach us some of those. I learned at a young age how to knit, crochet, embroider. Yeah. I wish I had kept some of the cross stitch things and embroidery things that I had done, but yeah, who knows? At the time, you didn't think that, like, oh, what am I going to do with that? So got rid of it. And my mom's always, I think she's kind of one that just kind of cleans up and not a saver so much that way. Although, I mean, there's certain things that were saved, but yeah, unfortunately, they're not here. They're gone. So that was my grandmother's. Then this was her mother-in-law's. And so this was done in 1935. So that's it. Hers at least has the name and the year on it, whereas my grandmother didn't have the year on it, but she lived to be 98. So we, could get information and stuff from her. So she knew that she did it in that time. So this is another one. So yeah, they're just cool that, you know, that they got to learn that in school. I would have loved that. Since I was just kind of crafty in that anyways, like if we had a time during the school day that we could embroider in that, oh, that would have been fantastic. I did take home ec and stuff in school. It was still offered when we were in high school, so that was always a nice break and treat for anybody who's, yeah, kind of has that interest rather than math. This is my mom's. So it's just, I don't know, I'll just kind of bring it in close. So it's just learning all different kinds of embroidery stitches. So I'm going to take some photographs of this as well and try to reproduce that just for my own interest so that I've got a copy of that. I don't know, you know, if any of my daughters are interested in keeping some of the things that I have. I guess we'll see. Otherwise, who knows where it goes. We had 25th anniversary of our quilt guild that Jenny Doan came as a special guest. And at the end of her trunk show in that, she talked a lot about not getting too upset of what happens to your quilts when you first gift them. I know having a quilt shop, I hear, you know, different people say like, okay, you know, I made a quilt and it ends up being a, you know, dog bed blanket or, you know, camping or this and that. And she said, you know, they're meant to be used and worn. She said, like, that's my thing. But she said, it's amazing sometimes where that quilt journeys on to. So let's say someone's not really interested in it, you know, it's in the closet or whatever. Well, someday it'll end up maybe at a thrift store. So then somebody else picks it up that loves it and is interested in it. So then they use it for so many years. And then maybe it ends up back at the thrift store again and somebody else picks it up. So she said, you never know where your projects are going to end up. So you have to like let go and just, you know, you give it because you want to give it and you just never know who it's going to, yeah, make someone happy years down the road. Yeah, so, and I thought, yeah, I guess, you know, for some of that, so that's probably for some of our cross stitch projects and that too, that maybe we gift to somebody. And, you know, you never know whose hands it's going to end up in years down the road. That they're going to look at and say, wow, this is pretty amazing. I love it. You know, I'm going to display it. So yeah, so I just thought that was kind of cool. And I think it was reassuring to a lot of the people because there was like 300 people there that, you know, that belong to a lot of the groups that donate quilts and things that, you know, that it has a journey and it's, you know, it's going to end up at a lot of different places along its journey. So that was, yeah, that was kind of cool. So those were my sampler September things that I was going to show. And I was going to, you know, start a sampler. I've got some kitted that I was going to do and it's like, you know, where does the time go? And so it's kind of like, shoot, gone. One that I did want to work on, and then I was pulling it out again today, and then I realized I'm missing number 2. But this is, I don't know if anybody, I haven't really seen it kind of go around. Garden Priev. So this is a 4-part series. And on the back, she's got where you put them all together, and it's all little sheep and houses, and I just think it is so cool. Like I love it, and it's not like a really challenging stitch. I don't think like there's not a lot of solid fill in or anything like that. So this is one. So that is part number 1. This is part number 3. So it's kind of divided up into the 4 charts. So this is one that I'd like to start because I think it would travel well, that I could, you know, take it with and do a section at a time. And then this is number 4, and then, yeah, number 2 is tucked in between, but it's more, I would definitely do them all together. Although they probably, if you did them in the 4 parts, it might be kind of cool to frame them in their 4 sections too. That, yeah, maybe I'll do it that way. Because yeah, it would make a nice little display, not all one big one, but kind of 4 little sections that all fit together. So that was one that I was going to work on. Otherwise, yeah, I'll just show you some of the charts that, you know, kind of have come in the last little bit. Just a quick run through for shop news. Yeah, nothing, no retreats or anything for me. I'd like to, I kind of always kind of keep my eye out, but yeah, sometimes you got to be quick on the ball to get your name out there. So nothing right yet. So number 2, and I mean number 3 is basically the one that's just come out for Erica Michaels, her quilting ABCs. Love to do this too, since I'm kind of a quilter and a cross stitcher. Oh, that reminds me, the quilt behind me is called Pumpkin Farm. It's a fig tree pattern and fabric line. So the fabric line is called Pumpkins and Blossoms. It's a few years old. I believe I still have one kit left. I've got to go through and do a onesie sale. I would really like to do a Facebook Live tomorrow in the shop, but we just had so much issues with internet. It was so slow. So I called someone to come in and he worked on it, and now I have no internet at all in the shop. So I kind of tried to put pressure on him to come today, but he can't come till late tomorrow. So yeah, so we won't be doing a Facebook Live, and that's why I haven't done a Facebook Live for a bit either, because we tried and it just wouldn't stay connected because the internet was just too slow. He keeps blaming it on our trees, but I had trees before too, and it worked okay. So I don't know, I guess the trees grew a little bit bigger. Yeah, country internet's not always the easiest. So yeah, so hopefully he can get that internet working tomorrow. So yeah, so that's the quilt behind me. This is Birdie again. He was a month-long series with the bird, and he is doing different things according to the month. So he's, yeah, several years old. Don't look at the time on the clock. I, yeah, I guess don't always remember to change the batteries when you always have a watch or a phone. You don't, so I don't think it's 11 o'clock. It's in the morning. Beautiful weather. Supposed to be really nice this week, and then for Thanksgiving weekend it's supposed to drop to like 57 and 60 degrees, which it's cool but not crazy. Often we go to a pumpkin or a corn maze in our area, but the twins, Molly and Sophie, definitely won't be going. So, and if it's cooler and that, so we'll see. I don't know if we can squeeze it in with the other grandchildren, but we'll see. But that's the quilt behind me. I love it. It's softer oranges and that. She has her own color palette that she uses in a lot of her quilt fabric and designs. So yeah, so that one's the quilt behind me. Yeah, so that was the some of the quilting patterns. This is the new one by Hands On Design, the Octagon. What's it called? A vintage stitch. We had a quilt crawl this summer in the quilt shop, and so we did different techniques. So I did hexagons as my technique. So yeah, I'd really like to do that. Little pillow there. This one, someone asked to bring this in because she actually got this design on a pillow, I believe, as a smalls exchange at a retreat. So then when I saw the pattern, I thought, oh wow, that's really cute. So that is called Ornament Fraise. So Strawberry Ornament by Tralala. This was also another Garden Priev. I just thought it was neat because it's a one color cross stitch. And so those are just always so stunning, just on white, black, probably doing pearl cotton. No, sulky would work really nice on that. This is a new one by Erica Michaels, so it's a 4-part series. So right now, spring and summer is out. Seeing them done when I was at Quilt Market, so like anything, it looks much nicer in person. This is another one of Erica Michaels. I love this. Seeing this too is just so cute. This little strawberry is just so vintage looking. So this is Vintage Garden Smalls. And then the little tray there to kind of throw your stuff on as you're working on it. It's really cute too. So love to do that one. This is the Pirate from Cottage Garden. Yeah, Cottage Garden. She's doing a snowman series. This is number 9, so they're getting closer to the end. That's number 9, the Pirate. This is the Honeybee Quaker, and I think grabbed that because the Autumn Quaker is out. Also really, really cute. So this is Autumn Quaker. Love that orange. What orange is that? Oh, Color and Cotton, Pumpkin Pie. Yeah, there's lots of just different threads out there. I don't know whether I can keep up ordering the whole thing in or not. But Color Cotton, I realize, is becoming more popular. This is Christmas Alphabet. No, Autumn Alphabet. Christmas Alphabet's on the back of the cover. Autumn Alphabet by Primrose. So very cute. Very quick stitches. They stitch up really quick. So this is As You Pairs. So we've done the red and the blue. I thought, these are peachy color, but I might do my pumpkins orange and do the stitching in brown or something. At least I thought of it. She comes up with gold pears, which she probably will because pears are gold. That I would like to do it on gold fabric with brown stitching. I think for gold pears that would be really cute. But yeah, I might switch it and do the opposite, or maybe one this way and one the other way. Yeah, cute. Because what thread does she use? Using one thread. Oh, she uses Dinky Dye Silk, which I haven't used silk yet, but I should give it a try. Okay, so that's that one. This is the new Heart in Hand Autumn Town. I need to catch up on these so I can put them on my scissor holder spool for one for each season. I've only done the Valentine's one. Oops, here's the other cottage. This is the Scarecrow one, so this is probably number 8. Yep. Oh, this was another, I don't know if that would be considered a sampler or not, but I really, want to do this barn. I've mentioned several times my shop is in a red barn, a 2-story red barn, so I like any of the cross-stitch patterns that have a barn in them. And then these, I guess they were just kind of around and grabbed. This is because he's got a pumpkin, raccoon, rebel. This is Rack Stack, which is the reindeer one, which would be really cute this time of year to make that. Most of them, I believe, are on, oh, this one's on 36 count Mermaid's Brew. Because I think some of them, or maybe they're 36, but I thought some of them were on 40 count. Oh, and then the polar bear, so got to do him for winter. Oh, I love that little bordery thing along the bottom. This is another samplery type chart. 4 seasons, it's called. For everything there's a season. Love to do that too. It looks like just a nice tiny stitch. 117 by 70. 30, they did a 30 count on that, which he says is no longer, well, the type they use is no longer available, but 30 count. I have to try something on 30 count. I don't think I've done anything on 30 count. This is a winter beekeeper, so just kind of trying to pull some things. So I think because of the berries around, that's why it's winter bee. Pin keep. Cute, cute. Oh, and then these, the Artsy Housewife has become really popular in the last little bit. These were two charts that first caught my eye. Grace by the Artsy Housewife and Peace. And then she has an owl as well. But that's just a little taste of, yeah, some newer charts or maybe charts you haven't seen. Winners. The last time we had a question of what your favorite thing to do is, because the chart we were giving away was everyday things. So we said, what's your favorite everyday thing? So we appreciate everybody that comments. I did have a question. Someone felt that if they didn't comment right away the first day that, you know, it didn't count. And I said, oh, no, you can keep commenting up until the next video. So this time it's been a month. So you just, yeah, you can just comment anytime. We'll look at the comments and do the random comment picker just before we do the next video. So it doesn't have to be immediate that you make a comment. So the winner of that particular chart is Wendy Bonvie, Bonvie. So you can just contact me that you heard your name on Flosstube and I will mail that out to you. So the next giveaway I'm going to give, it's going to be like a surprise box. Since I'm putting the Advent boxes together, I thought, oh, it's kind of fun because some people have asked, like, okay, well, what's in the Advent box? And that's the idea. It's a surprise. Every day you open it, you don't know what it's going to be. So that's kind of fun. So I thought I would do a little surprise box. So if you use the word surprise in your comment, I will put a nice size box together with all different little goodies. Kind of one of the reasons I kind of use that too is because in a few weeks I'm going to be 65. I can't believe it. I'm going to be 65. I'm not retiring anytime soon, so we don't kind of have, you know, the big retirement party and the 65. I really don't know when I'm going to basically retire. I love what I do. Consider it more of a hobby and stuff than an actual job, although I do put in a lot of hours in a week. And I'm not a huge fan, well, I'm not a huge fan of planning like other people's surprise parties or having one for myself. My sister-in-law, I think when I turned 40, she thought like, oh, no, I just had a baby, so it couldn't be 40. Must have been 36 or 30s. Yeah, I don't know. So it wasn't, I don't think it must have been a surprise, like a milestone birthday. And yeah, like we just had a baby not too long ago, so he was still like fussing at night and stuff. So I knew that, I really couldn't get a babysitter like yet for that. And so it didn't really cross my mind that she said, like, oh, like I'll come and babysit. Why don't you go out for dinner and stuff? And I don't know, it had been really busy because he was the youngest of 4 kids that I had. And so we went out for supper and then we, said like, oh, I'm just going to go back. And I'm not even into hockey that much, but there was a big hockey game that was going to be on. Must have been 2 countries, maybe Russia and Canada. So they're always kind of exciting to watch. And so I just thought, oh, I'm just going to go home. I'm just going to nicely sit and watch this hockey game and relax. And I walk in the door and it's surprise. And it's not like, yeah, it was fun. And, I appreciate her doing all the work and stuff. But, sometimes it's like, I was just kind of gonna sit around. So yeah, so I've never had another surprise party since then. So maybe they realize like it's not for me. Yeah, I don't think anybody of my family watches this, but you don't need to do a surprise 65th birthday for me. My husband turned 65 in April, and I said like, okay, maybe we'll do a bigger party like together, because when you put it on, like it's a lot of work having a birthday party for yourself. And so I always feel like for a lot of them, you're the ones that has the least amount of fun because you're trying to make sure everyone else is having a good time. So anyway, that's all the rambling, but we are taking a really big trip. And so we leave the day before my birthday. We're going to Israel and Jordan. So it's a pretty intense journey. They call it a journey rather than a trip. But yeah, I'm so excited to, yeah, just to kind of see all that. So that's my big retirement gift kind of thing. So yeah, so it's nice when you go away for your birthday. So we leave the day before my birthday, and unfortunately, we just had a meeting and found out that we have a layover in England, and instead of it being like an hour or two, it's 7 hours. So my daughter, who was just home from England, we said, okay, like let's try and meet up while we're in England, go out for lunch somewhere with the two of them, just to break up the time that we're going to be sitting in the airport for 7 hours. So because from there, I think we have another flight for another 4 or 5 hours. So it's a lot of traveling in a day. But yeah, totally looking forward to that. So anyways, yeah, don't forget to comment. Appreciate all that. Yeah, make sure you check out the website to sign up for your Advent box, or sign up to be part of our Pastime Stitchers. I've got some shy people on there. I think, yeah, I've neglected to post some of the things myself because I've got all these finishes and I haven't even posted them on the Facebook page, but I'll try and do that. But yeah, those two things, yeah, would be great. Okay, so till the next time, Shelby will probably be with me the next time. Till then, we'll talk to you later. Bye.